twice as much energy, twice as much curiosity, twice as many questions, talks twice as much. There's just twice as much. Do not bore a Gemini. Don't be boring, because they're not going to be boring. Although they might be boring if they go on too long and talk too much, because that's what they do. They're ruled by communication, the lungs, the arms, the hands, expressions. You all Gemini. If you have a Sun, a Moon, a Jupiter, which acts very similar to the Sun, or a rising in Gemini, this is for you. Gemini, you guys can be exhausting because you don't know when to get out of a conversation. Other people have things to say too. More importantly, I can walk away. I can say, Gemini, I've had a great time with you. This has been a good conversation, but I really need a nap right now. But you, as a Gemini, with Gemini energy, can't do that. You can't walk away from yourself. This mind of yours is forever churning. You'll find so much insomnia in the third house. They exhaust themselves. They're so excited by ideas. They're so intrigued that they can't turn it off. They can't turn off the mind. This is a real problem. Geminis are not known for being the most disciplined. Some of us, we are very disciplined. We put our devices in a Faraday cage at 8:30 every night. We wind down. I knew this was bouncing around. That's so Gemini. Gemini will always kind of have something that's messed up. A lot of times their houses are messy. Like they just look messy. The laundry hasn't been dealt with. The closet's not closed. The bed's not made. They haven't taken the time to decorate or hang window treatments. Gemini can't be bothered because they're thinking and they're researching and they're on social media. They can't put their phone down. You guys can't put your phone down at 8:30 at night and calmly go into meditation or read a book. It's almost impossible for the young Geminis these days to not be on their phones continuously. I would imagine back in the day, the Gemini was more about having conversation and writing books and reading books. Now, if you find a really well-disciplined Gemini, like maybe a Russell Brand, going to have his own YouTube channel. And he's going to research information, and then he's going to put it out in an organized way that will benefit the world. He'll continue to grow in his ideas and his thinking, but he's going to have a conversation along the way. But not every Gemini is like that. A lot of them, your whole life can be filled with just trying to figure things out, trying to have relationships with friends, consumed with other people and social media. So it can be really hard for the Gemini. But it's the Gemini's fault because they don't have the discipline to put things away and just say, nope, this is what I'm going to do. Nobody really feels sorry for the Gemini. Sorry, Geminis. Self-discipline would serve you well. Air is not known for organization, getting their life sorted. They're curious, right? And they have a forever youthful appearance sometimes. And with that can come a true immaturity. This is the way communication should be. You shouldn't be afraid to make a mistake, to ask a stupid question. The ancients say that the third house, there's a lot of courage here. And it's because you're not afraid to speak up. You're not afraid to talk. You're not afraid to introduce, to interact, to exchange ideas. A lot of people aren't courageous enough to look at an issue and talk about all the different possibilities. But the Gemini is. In fact, if you have a conversation with an intelligent Gemini and they're not too programmed, and you expose them to a new way of looking at it, they're mutable, so they're changeable. They can see the wisdom in thinking bigger, or their thought process just expanded. They were able to add on to their current set of ideas and take on a new possibility. And that is the true sign of intelligence. When you know that you know practically nothing, but you're always curious and you're always on the hunt to figure things out. Curious. Curious. They don't go deep into a topic, typically, because they're too impatient for that. But they're going to go and scratch the surface, and scratch the surface, and scratch the surface, and scratch the surface. So they'll be able to have a conversation with you about pretty much every subject there is. And they will let you know how smart they are. And they are smart, but they'll let you know how smart they are. And a Gemini cannot resist the opportunity to just talk. They love conversation. Gemini is when you know your neighbor. You know them by name. You go over for coffee every morning. Yeah. Every morning, because that's Gemini. They're going to show up on your doorstep without being invited, because Gemini just knows that that's what Gemini does, and so that's what Gemini is. Right now, in today's world, when I'm making this video in the spring, almost spring of 2021, people have the you-know-whats, and they are not allowed to give the you-know-whats and talk with the you-know-whos. And this is exactly what we should be doing during this time of Gemini. During Rahu, the head of the dragon, is directing all of us to be good neighbors, to reach out and have conversations and take different sides and look at both sides and look at the entirety of the issue. Talk about all the possibilities. But see, there are other nefarious forces at work that go the opposite and create religions, which is where the tail of the dragon is right now, and everybody is very much into creating a religion. It's in Sag. That is beliefs. I believe this, I believe that, I believe this, I believe that. And that means when you believe something so strongly that you are convinced you're right about everything. What's interesting about the Gemini is they're extraordinarily intellectual, but they have this other side of them. And this other side of them can be very angry. It stems from the anxiety and the anxiousness of being an air sign. They can act with a lot of rage, and there's just this irritability that can transpire within the energy of the Gemini, the third house. And so if you have a lot of Gemini and you've wondered why do I have this irritation or anxiety or insomnia, it's where you're always reading vibrations, you're always reading intentions, you're always reading, you're just always reading, you're reading. You're just gonna have to recognize that about yourself and tap into energies that are outside of the Gemini, because there's absolutely no way to mellow out the Gemini energy. There just isn't. They're twins. Okay, picture this. Picture being a brand new mama. It's hard enough raising one child, one intelligent, curious, interested, funny child that is allowed to be free. So you have this child who's out there exploring in the universe, and you want them to be brave, but they could fall out of that tree. Now picture two. This is the state of the Gemini.
It has twice as much energy, twice as much curiosity, twice as many questions, talks twice as much. There's just twice as much.
That's a lot. One's a lot, two's a lot. Gemini doesn't think there's anything wrong with gossiping. That is part of life. You gossip. You talk about other people, talk about celebrities, you talk about your neighbors, you tell secrets. Oh, that was a secret I didn't know. Well, anybody would know that was a secret. Well, I'm a Gemini. I don't know anything's a secret. If you want to keep a secret, don't tell a Gemini. Geminis are creative. They're unpredictable. They're versatile. And they're going to come at you with an enthusiastic reaction. Gemini is the queen and the king of the TMI. Geminis can talk to anybody about anything. You were a stranger? Well, now you know a bunch about my life, and now you're my best friend. You're one of my best friends. Gemini is always going to be able to start a discussion. That's why when you throw a party, you should ask your Gemini friend to work the door for you. Please, can you greet everybody? Then everybody will be primed and ready, get the party started, and it'll be a great party. Sometimes the Gemini can take on other people's ideas. They can be influenced. Yeah, they're smart, but they can also be manipulated. They're rather inconsiderate. You guys know you're rather inconsiderate. You know, you're going to be late. You'll just throw your feet up on my living room coffee table. You'll throw your bags all over. There's this speed of getting things done that you're completely unaware that other people don't have this cavalier attitude in life. A lot of people will say that the Gemini doesn't have that real depth. If you think of the water signs, like Cancer is going to have a true depth of love. A Pisces is going to have a true depth of understanding all the depressed states, the horrors of life. Scorpio, forget it. Like everything's deep over there. The Gemini doesn't have it. It's light and airy, stays up here. And so it doesn't really have that empathetic nature that some of these other signs do. It's surfacey in nature. Air, it touches, but it doesn't stay. It doesn't stick. It doesn't hold. It doesn't ground. It doesn't burn up. It doesn't heat up. It just touches and sort of moves on. It's like a little breeze and then it's gone. It can be very fickle, go from relationship to relationship, and typically doesn't have a real problem with cheating. Having somebody they can, call or be texting to that nobody knows about. Geminis overthink things. They can be a bit of a hypochondriac. They can think something's wrong and, their mind is always going. This is why yoga and meditation are so helpful to us. We slow down and see if you need to change course. Well, the Gemini doesn't really do that. Gemini's just going to go fast and furious. Oh, I had the thought that I might have brain cancer. What's brain cancer? How is brain cancer? Oh my God, I think I might have brain cancer. If you have a lot of Gemini energy, you're not alone in thinking that you have a lot of problems. Just realize it's your mind going so fast. So anything that you can do to slow yourself down, I highly recommend the Faraday cage. Put your phone in the Faraday cage. There's not going to be any of these vibrations going on. Put your computer in them. Shut your Wi-Fi off and just chill. Chill. Read a book. Do something like that that's like old school Gemini, and it'll help calm you down. It'll help center you, ground you, which is the one thing the Gemini needs. You guys are smart. You guys are funny. You guys are fun. You have so much energy and so many exciting things to offer the world as far as ideas and just your cleverness, your ability to tell a joke and be fun and silly and these are all really good things. But you can also overthink and wear yourself out and wear others out and have this irritation and anger. My Gemini friends, just take a chill pill. I bet you love when people tell you that. Chill out. You're like, screw you. You don't know what it's like to be a Gemini. It's not easy, okay? Everybody thinks because we're all friendly and nice and smart and cute that it's easy for us. Well, it's not easy for us. Okay, Gemini, we believe you. If you're really smart, if you're as smart as I think you are, you will get up in the fashion and the fairy tale. Fashion, a fairy tale. It is an online wellness school that you all need. Joking, Gemini. My daughter and I created this, and it's online courses, and every day you can wake up to it. We give you a little bit of homework. For instance, it starts out with a self-love segment, and it gives you homework. Go into the mirror and say this. Now do this. Now do that. And you'll just love it because Geminis love homework. Right. Kiss that like button. Subscribe. Welcome to the Spiritual Mother family. Love you. And because you are so smart, ever so smart, Gemini, you're going to want to take in every single astrology video I've ever done and ever will do. So hit that bell button. Watch my astrology playlist. I'll have it at the end because you want to learn about other people, right? Because you're curious. Because you're smart. Get this at fairytalecreators.com. You need to be a queen. It was doing this at the very beginning. It was like flipping. Flipping. It's kind of Gemini though, right?
Yeah.